Hey everybody, it's yours truly, MusicClues here. I wasn't planning on doing a video on this, but this one was surprisingly a lot more depth than I thought. So, I am gonna actually do a video on this. So, Nintendo just launched their Nintendo Switch in review for 2025. So I figured I'd do showcase that, but in addition, this one does not just show my stuff for 2025, but every year I've also had my original Nintendo Switch, which I also still own, but have moved off all my data off of. So yeah, I figured I can not only show what I've been up to for 2025, but everything for the Switch. So without further ado, I guess let's get started. Hey MusicClues, welcome to your Nintendo Switch 2025 year in review. Check out your time spent with Nintendo Switch. Oh wait, what's this? You started playing on Nintendo Switch 2 this year. Hope you've been having a blast. Can't confirm, I've been having a blast. For the most part. Okay, back to it. My 2025. Wow, look at all the games. Damn. So I played 246 games this year and put 271 hours into the Switch. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like I said, there's gonna be a lot more focus on all the consoles this year. Now that Switch 2's launch half year is over. But yeah, not surprising. So here's where I played the most. Fantasy Life, not a shocker. Mario Kart, also not a shocker, but I can't say I'm too surprised I spent the most time with Pokemon Legends EA. I have done a lot of grinding over there. Action is my favorite type of game. Yeah, that sounds about right for me. Although I do prefer my puzzles. So, I played 40% action, 15% role-playing, and 15% adventure, 15% party, 9% racing? Hot damn! And 6% board game. So, yeah, not shocker. Here's how I played throughout the year. First half of the year was pretty quiet, but then once the Switch 2 started to roll around, woo boy. Yeah, that's probably where my hours are coming from. And here's the stuff month by month. So my most played game was Tavern Talk. My most played game in February was Mario Party. My most played game in March was Pokemon Violet. My most played in May was Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Not surprising, my most played in June was Mario Kart World. My most played in July was Donkey Kong Bonanza. August was Tiny Bookshop. September was Hot Shots Golf, everybody's Golf Hot Shots. October was Pokemon Legends ZA. This one's not really accurate. I have not played the game for 13 hours. I will say I did actually leave my Switch 2 on for one and fell asleep. So yeah, that one isn't completely accurate. And then December is 43 hours. Hours with 14 of those hours being to Fantasy Life I. Not shocking. Now, time to decide which one was my favorite. I think it's pretty. I already did this earlier, but it's pretty clear which one's my favorite. Yeah, tiny bookshop. So yeah, that's my Switch 1 year. But it's time for a trip down memory lane with the Nintendo Switch. I first started playing on Nintendo Switch on the release date, March 3rd, 2017. My first one, Breath of the Wild. And I put 55 hours into it. Let's take a look at my overall stats. My most played games? How unshocking. Sonic, Splatoon, and Mario Kart. That sounds about right for the first year of the Switch 1. And then my most played game, my gaming style in 2017 was action. Still pretty much suits me. Adventure, suits me. Shooting. Wonder what I did play the last. Oh, Splatoon, duh. Party. Yeah, that sounds about right. Racing. Sounds about right. And fighting. Not bad, not bad. My stats for the year? Dang. I played a lot in November. And then by month, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart again, Breath of the Wild again, Splatoon 2, Sonic Mania, not a shocker, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, not a shocker, Sonic Mania again, Super Mario Odyssey again, oh wait, no, just once, and then again Splatoon 2. Okay, let's see what other games I played. So I started Fast X also on. That's better. Okay, so I started Fast X on the 3rd. Pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. Well, the 5th of March. And I played for 4 hours total. Thought I played that one a lot more. Shovel Knight Spectres of Torment. Yeah, I haven't played too much of this one. Fun because I have Treasure Trove. I only played 2 whole hours on Snipper Clips? Okay then. Yeah, I clearly need to spend some more time with that one. Two hours on Viz. Okay. 2 hours of Blaster Master Zero. Anybody noticing the pattern, or is it just me? Okay, that's better. 24 hours for Puyo Puyo Tetris. Yeah, that sounds about right. This one was one of my favorite games for the launch year of the Switch, which I love the Puyo Puyo Tetris. I've gotten better at Tetris too, thanks to it. Okay, so Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I started this one on, I believe, the launch date of... Dang. April 28th, 2017, and I had 147 hours total? Holy mackerel. That's probably half of the equivalent to what I actually have for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm going to be very curious. This is showing me the overall stats for that. Yeah, I haven't played too much of the Jackbox Party I have. Still need to get some of the new ones. Kamado. Okay, yeah, this one's gonna be a channel video eventually. I can't believe I've only had about less than 1 hour on this one. Wonder Boy. I know somebody who's gonna be very happy I picked this one up, but I still need to play more of this. Has Been. This one is one of my least favorite games on Switch, but I do want to give this a secondary chance. And since it's been years since I've actually picked it up, so I will probably do a video for Switch too. NBA Playgrounds, Enchanted Edition. I haven't played too much of this one since launch, but I do remember it being a decent game. Not better than 2 though. Yep, there's Treasure Trove, but I only put 2 hours into it so far. You think with all the love I have for Shovel Knight, I put more in. Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challenges. Now, just note that this was before me and Ethan really played a lot of the other Street Fighter games, so cut me and Ethan a little slack here. But yeah, 8 hours for Ultra Street Fighter 2, not bad. Shantae, only 1 for half. Oh right, I forgot I got the Ultimate Edition. Duh. ARMS, I put 15 hours into. Okay. Not bad. Moving right along. Oceanhorn. Only 1 hour that year. Huh. Okay, Splatoon. Let's see. 80 hours total. Hot dang. Though not shocking. And Sonic Mania? Also not shocking. Oh, nice. Nice. So 23 hours for Kingdom Battle. Okay. 27 hours for Pokken Tournament. 48 hours for Odyssey. Dang, nearly 50. Wow. 15 hours for Fire Emblem Warriors. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, that's my Animal Crossing alarm. You know, that's the second time I've had that. I have it set to random, by the way, guys, for my alarmo. That's the second time I've had Animal Crossing this week. Guess it knows. Sonic Forces, 19 hours. Yeah, that sounds about right. I did beat that game in about 2 days, so. And Rocket League, I put, dang, 54 hours into Rocket League Year 1. Sheesh. Thumper, only 2 hours, okay. Yeah, not too much in that one. Or that one. Or that one. For Yooka-Laylee, I have 1 hour in, and I put a couple more hours in because of the, well, you'll see. Okay, so now we're on to 2018. Let's take a look at my stats for 2018. My most played games? Yeah, Smash about right. Surprise Mania is still there. Gold Vacation is a very good Wii and Switch game. You guys need to check that out if you're missing the old school feel of Wii Sports. This isn't a replacement for that, but it's a darn good second in my eyes. Okay, so action, not surprising. Party, not surprising. Fighting, okay. Smash is up there, so not surprising. Tennis, oh yeah, that's Tennis Aces and launch. Sports and fishing are also up there, so yeah, that's a shocker. And my glance. Dang, a lot in September and December. And March. Wow, I must have played a lot this month. And then by month, let's see. Rocket League was my most played. Sonic Mania was my most played for February. Interesting. Not surprised that Bayonetta 2 was my most played for that month. Rocket League again. Wow. Just goes to show how much I played that back then, huh, guys? Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition? Yeah, 15 hours sounds about right for me. June. Mario Tennis Aces. Yeah, not a shocker. Soccer Media, not a shocker. Go Vacation. Not even surprised. Only 2 hours for Mega Man 11? Could have sworn it could be more. Don't look at me like that, guys. I did say one of my favorite series was Pokemon. Come on, don't be too shocked that Let's Go Pikachu's here. And then obviously in December, Super Smash Bros. I put, damn, 25 hours into the first month. That's probably going to be a telltale sign for years to come. Alright, let's see what else I did this year. Less than 1 hour to Xenoblade Chronicles. Just watch, Ethan is going to have a lot more than me. 9 hours into Bayonetta 2, not surprising. Yeah, didn't put that much into the original Bayonetta. Not surprised about Star Allies, I am a big Kirby fan, so yeah, about nearly 20 hours? Yeah, that sounds about right for me and Kirby. I need to play more White Search. Yeah, not surprised, like I said, not surprised about Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Nope. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Yeah, I put about 9 hours into that collection. Now I actually have it digitally on Xbox. Did I say Xbox and PlayStation? So yeah. Nah, yeah, that doesn't sound right. I only put 4 hours into the Blues Class Tag Battle? Feels like I put 5. 23 hours total into Mario Tennis Aces. Not bad! Only 1 hour into Xenoverse? Yeah, that sounds about right for me in Dragon Ball. I can't believe I put less into this one. I'll have to play more of it later. Yeah, 34 hours for Gold Vacation total. Yeah, that's not shocking. I can't believe I put way less into this one. This one, for those who don't know, was one of the last ones for the 3DS that came out from Nintendo directly. The way Sushi is a really good game. And surprisingly tough for a Sushi game type. I can't believe I've only spent 1 hour on the runner. I'll have to play more. Yeah, not a big NES person. Well, I put more hours into Mega Man. 2 more to be precise. 1 hour to Skyscrapers. Okay, that sounds alright. Pollyanna, not too much. My Heroes Want Justice. Ethan probably has more hours than me in this one. And like I said, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Yeah, I'm not shocked. I have to have that much. Oh, there's Harvest Moonlight of Hope. Hope Special Edition. Yeah, I probably have quite a few hours in this one. This one, though, it only shows 1 for this one. I have more hours for Dragon Ball FighterZ on PlayStation and Xbox probably than I do the Switch. So, yeah, I can't say I'm surprised here. And then for Super Smash Bros. Holy Sonic the Hedgehogs! 626 hours? Well, damn! And then, Atelier. This is the original version of Atelier, Loli, and Sui. I definitely have more hours on DX, probably. If not by a little bit. Okay, so 2019, let's see. So my most played games this year were more Smash, not shocker. Despite me not liking Mario Maker, I still put more hours into it. How surprising. And then, yeah, Free Houses is also not a shocker. Action, yeah, that sounds about right. Party sounds about right. Fighting definitely sounds right about right. Role playing, yeah. Strategy, definitely. Adventure, 100%. Holy mackerel! My stats went up on Switch too. From 2018. Dang, I didn't think I put that much time into it. Okay, so holy crap! I played Smash for 90 hours. No wonder my stats went up so high. Jeez. Super Mario Party, yeah, that sounds about right. Right for February. Yeah, Mario Kart definitely sounds about right. Smash Brothers, yeah, sounds about right again. Huh. It's my most played game and I only put 4 hours into Tails. How surprising. Yeah, okay, I was putting over my old levels for Mario Maker 1, so fair enough. Yes, guys, I swear I hate I'm not a big fan of Mario Maker. Trust me, I'm not. Okay, that's better. Dang, 33 hours? That's impressive for me. Huh. That technically goes to the original Overwatch, I believe. Overwatch 2 didn't exist until, I believe, after this, if my knowledge is right. Yeah, Pokemon Sword sounds about right for me. And right for me again. Funny enough, I put 15 hours into each month. Wow. How ironically funny. Alright, let's see what else I played this year. Yeah, I didn't put that too much into that one. We don't talk about this one. Although I have heard better things about it, so... Well, since the launch of this, so... Yeah, I put less hours. Huh, 5 hours in Tetris 99. I guess I can't say I'm surprised, but cool. 15 hours into Super Mario Party. A lot more than I thought. Yeah, I haven't played too much of this one. Or this one. Technically, though, that's the Ultimate Beta. There's the Ultimate Edition. Only 1 hour? Huh. Yeah, I haven't put too much into this one either. Really need to get back to my Monster Hunter games. 5 hours into Nikki sounds about right for me. This is where I start to really get into Atelier. Oh, 8 hours in the Ocean Start the World. Not bad, not bad. Jart probably has more hours than me, and that's coming for me. Yeah, I probably have a couple of hours on a couple other systems, but definitely not on this one. Warboob. Okay, I have 2 hours in that one. Nice. Yeah, Nickelodeon Kart Racers. I'm not surprised to have 6 hours on here. It's Nickelodeon. Hello, Blues Clues fan? Huh. 4 hours in details. I'm still surprised I have that many. Team Sonic Racing. Only 2. I'm not surprised. I do have it on Xbox. I probably have more hours on there than I do here for Switch. But it's the only one I still have to rebuy, by the way. Surprised I only have 1 hour on. Yeah, I actually still have my VR headset over there on my shelf, so I'm not surprised to have hours in this one. Yeah, I probably have more hours in Cascade of Hyrule than I do this. Speaking of which, there it is. 2 more hours than that. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I probably have more hours in Puyo Puyo Tetris too. Yeah, I, for some reason, can't get into Crash Team Racing. 95 hours total for Super Mario Maker 2. Yes, guys, I swear I'm not a big fan of Mario Maker 2. Must have been going through a phase. Just a little less than that. Interesting. 8 hours for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Interesting. I'm not surprised I have 56 hours total for Free Houses. Wow. 1 hour total for DC Online, okay. Ethan probably has more hours on this one than I do. Really need to play more Astro Chain. And Kirby Super Clash. I only have 1 hour in River City Girls? 2 hours for Super Nintendo System Online Nintendo Classics. Okay. I mean, it's Sonic, guys. You can't say you're shocked. I probably have more hours on Xbox and PlayStation combined for this game than I do here on Switch. Huh, I only played Link's Awakening for 2 hours. A lot less than I thought I did. Super Beat Sports is one of my favorites on Switch. You guys have to play this one. It's so good. My Switch Force 2 collection. I haven't played too much of this, but I probably have more hours this on my other systems than I do here. Now, Spicing with VR is something I probably have about an hour in. That was probably recording the footage for the channel, so yeah, not a shocker there. Battleship Brigade I have 2 hours total in. Interesting. I probably have more hours of this on PlayStation than I do over here on Switch, so... We're not going to talk about this one. It's a long story, guys. 4 hours. Okay. 1 hour into Freedom Planet. I have probably more hours on my Wii U than I do here, so... Yeah, not surprised to have less than 5 hours total. Okay. Definitely need to put some more hours into this one. $7 hours into Ring Fit Adventure. One of these days we'll do one for you guys on the channel. When we're willing to exhaust ourselves, that is. Yeah, I'm not surprised to have a bit in Dead or Alive here. Banana Blitz HD? I only have 1 hour in? Huh. I'll be interested to see how Banana Mania and Rumble do. And only 1 hour into Rezo. I guess I could have 2 Shock, but yeah. 10 hours total into Luigi's Adventure 3. Yeah, that sounds about right for me. 11 hours into Mario and Sonic. Okay. 10 hours into New Super Lucky Sale on the Switch. Huh. I wonder what my Xbox hours are. Again, not surprised I have over 56 hours for Pokemon Sword. Shield, I have 1 hour. Ethan probably has more hours on me in this version. 1 hour on Shiny Resistance replaying. Interesting. Less than 1 hour. Okay. 1 hour total for Hover. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely not going to talk about this one. 4 hours total on Uno. Yeah, that sounds about right. Legacy Collection. Definitely sounds about right. Yep, not shocking. Not surprising that I have 2 hours total on Just Dance. That Blob I have 3 hours in. Can you blame me? It's a very good game. 1 hour into Impossible Layer. Huh, I must have gotten stuck someplace. That sounds about right for me in 2D platformers, really. That on Sonic. Less than 1 hour into Day Blob 2? That's a bit surprising. Yeah, I'm not surprised I have a little less in this one either. This one, I believe I got a code for, but I put 4 hours into it total. Not bad. Don't look at me like that, guys. Okay, 2020. AKA the... Well, you get it. Anyways, let's see what I did for 2020. Holy crap, I really linked up the Smash hours this year. And yeah, not surprised about Mario Maker. Don't look at me like that, guys. Seriously, don't. And okay, guys, let's not be surprised here. I have a feeling 2026 is gonna have everybody have a lot of hours in Animal Crossing. Okay, so Action 36, Party 26, Fighting 26, Character Driven 7, Role Playing 4, and Adventure 1. Okay, and holy mackerel, I must have played a lot in March, and October, and December. Dang. Just goes to show how much I was linking up the hours. Okay, so Smash Brothers, yeah, that sounds about right. More Smash Brothers. Damn. What, guys? Don't look at me like that. Seriously, please. Okay, yeah, Animal Crossing, I did put quite a few hours into this one. It's Miku. You can't don't look at me like that, guys. You can't tell me you have a lot of hours into Miku either. I know a lot of you rhythm gamers, especially. Damn, I have 60 hours in Smash Brothers. Wow. Huh, my most played that month and I only played it for 2 hours. Impressive. Although I do want to play more of Origami King. Not surprised I played more New Horizons. It's Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, one of my childhood games. You can't blame me here. Holy crap, 73 hours for Smash? Dang. Yeah, not surprised to hear this one. Wow! Definitely put a lot of hours in Smash. Okay, let's see what else I played. Oh yeah, but Dr. Kazumi's Brain Age Chain for Nintendo Switch. Believe it or not, this has not released in the States. It's only available in Europe, which is shocking, honestly. Okay, not surprised I have a little bit for Pac-Man Championship Edition 2+. Yeah, I just got Dragon Quest, so I'll probably be putting a lot more hours into it. This one wasn't very good from what I've been playing. Yeah, I haven't played too much of this one, not gonna lie. Probably should put more hours into it. It's Mystery Dungeon. You can't tell me, as someone who's played played since Explorers of Time, I'm Darkness and Sky, you can't really blame me. Yeah, 6 hours for world mission, that sounds about right. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of new survival, but as you can tell. Only 2 hours into what's just okay, that's funny. 103 hours for Animal Crossing. One of my most played games too. Nice. Yeah, the Pentagon Dragoon remake wasn't great, but I wouldn't call it awful either, personally. Yeah, 5 hours for Pirate Warriors 4. Yeah, that sounds about right. Need to get back to this collection. Yeah, there's 2 versions of Marble It Up. Classic, and then Marble It Up, Jeez, I forgot what the new one is called. Oh, but I'm not surprised to have 2 hours in the Classic. I probably have more on my Apple Arcade than I do here. 16 for Miku. Not shocking. I must have played a lot of Apple Arcade because 1 hour, less hour for... I mean, I really need to play more Shantae. Clearly. Oh, the history of Invincible. I don't think I can describe this one as Skullgirls. Whew. Yeah, that sounds about right for coffee talk. I do love this game. Yeah, Ethan probably has a couple more hours than me, but he hasn't played too much in Definitive Edition. If it was the Wii, on the other hand, yeah. Yeah, not too much into NBA Playgrounds too. Yeah, 8 hours sounds about right for Clubhouse games. Really need to play more of my word puzzles and stuff. Yeah, not surprising. That was probably gameplay recording for the channel. Yeah, haven't played that much of the original YouTuber's life. Only 1 hour into Streets of Rage 4? Damn. Huh, I wonder if I have more on my Wii U than I do for this one. I'm not surprised to have 3 hours for this title. Interesting. Yeah, that sounds about right for Rehydrated. Though, across all my platforms, I probably have a lot more hours. Ninjala. Yeah, I put 7 hours into it. Interesting. 3 hours into Cafe Remix. Also interesting. Huh. Interesting. Man, the Wonderful 101 remastered. Good idea. Yeah, that sounds about right for DX. Huh. Definitely need to put some more hours into some of my RPGs here. Put 2 more hours into Origami King, so that's good. Huh. I'm surprised I even put 1 hour into this. Wow. Yeah, I'm not surprised I don't have that much into Shop FE. Or Pot Black Go. Or this one. Now for Mega Dimension, I probably have more hours on my PlayStation than I do for this system. Sorry about that, guys. Just ended up getting a call from my sister real quick. Alright. Anyways, let's continue, shall we? So, Napapon Dimension. Now, like I said, I have more hours on PlayStation than I do on Switch, probably. I put a lot more hours into Fairy Tail, believe it or not, this year, last year than I did this year. The year launch, which was 2020, so I'm not surprised here, but good to know I put at least 3 hours into it. Treasure Tracker, I probably have more hours on Wii U than I do here. I haven't played too much of this one. I'm not surprised I only have 1 hour for this version of Samurai Showdown, but I probably have more on my Xbox than I do here, so. And I do have the full collection of Samurai Showdown on as well, so that probably will come to the channel at one point or the other. Really need to play more of this one. Yes, I own the 20th anniversary edition of Night Trap. Don't look at me like that. I'm surprised they even put more hours into this one. I haven't put too much into my visual novels. Central Faction, I'm not surprised I have at least 2 hours in this one. Three hours, I probably have more hours on Xbox than I do here. Not surprised I only have 1 hour on this collection. Less than 1 hour for this one. Yeah, I haven't played too much of this one despite picking it up. Very interesting title though. Fishing Star, I mean, can you say you're so shocked? I'm surprised I have less hours in Drum and Fun. Think. Yeah, not surprised I have that much less into a Car Speed Driven to Win. One Step of Eden, I also have that many hours in. I probably should pick that up again. Not surprised Rock Off-Field Card, though I probably should play that one before I pick up the second title. Yeah, I really need to get back to No Straight Lows, especially now that the sequel has been announced. I really need to get back into this one. Well, I do prefer 1 over 2. Not in terms of music, not gameplay. Yeah, I still need to pick up the rest of the Mega Man collections. I'm not surprised that Ethan probably have an equal amount, if not more. Ethan has more hours, and Captain Tolosa. It's probably going to be pretty obvious if he's an anime lead. Trailblazers, okay, a lot less than I thought. Also a lot less than I thought for Windbound, interesting. This? Okay. Blades Dangerous, I'm not surprised I have less hours in. MX vs. ATV All Out, yeah. This one's had a bit of history. Story of Seasons, yeah, not shocker. Secret of Seasons, I'm not surprised I have less hours in this one, though I do want to get back to it. Photo, 1 hour total, okay. Earth Knight, 1 hour total, okay. Yeah, less than 1 hour for this one, I'm not shocked. Crystal Chronicles, okay. I could talk about this one, but I think I won't. Oh, Loot Factory 4 Special. I'm not surprised I have less hours in this one too. I haven't played too much of Loot Factory. Outside of Guardians of Asmo, that's easily probably the one I've put the most hours into so far. 4 hours into the All-Star Collection. Yeah, that sounds about right for me. Yeah, 1 hour less into Mega Man X. Don't look at me like that, guys. Really need to play some more Cuphead. Again, don't be shocked. I do love Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Huh, that probably has the least amount of hours for any Kirby game I played. And that's coming from me. 2 hours into Nick Kart Racers 2. Huh, ironic. Yeah, I'm not surprised I only have 1 hour to Game Dev Tycoon. Huh, interesting. Obviously, I don't own a toy, so I probably would have a couple more hours if I did, though. 13 hours into Pikmin 3 Deluxe? I haven't even put that much time into. Oh, that's probably some of that's probably Ethan. Whoops. Huh. I love this game on Xbox. I'm surprised I didn't put too much time into it. Yeah, 5 hours for Dragon Quest Builders. That sounds about right for me. I only put 2 hours into Puyo Puyo Tetris 2? Huh. I'm curious to see how much I have on Xbox compared to this. Yeah, that's not a surprise here. Also, definitely not a surprise here. Huh. Shocker. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Now we're getting into the 2021. Okay, let's first take a look at my most played games. Smash is still up there? Hot dang. Animal Crossing is not far behind, and I'm not surprised they have a lot of hours into Shining Pearl. Okay, Action 32, Party 26, Fighting 22, Role-Playing 10, Character-Driven 8, and Golf 2. Interesting. And how many hours? Holy mackerel! I put a lot of hours into January, March, and November. Huh. Smash? Jeez. Yeah, definitely Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Though probably mostly Bowser's Fury. Anybody seeing the pattern here? Dang, 27 hours into Utopia. I must have put a lot of time and effort into that one. Super Rush. I played that for 11 hours. I'm impressed. Okay, definitely my least played for Smash just an hour compared to the rest of the months and years. Dang. Oh, that's funny. Okay. It's Sonic, guys. Okay, yeah. Holy crap, I put 30 hours into Animal Crossing New Horizons? Wow. Not surprised about Disney Magic World 2 taking last place. That one I played on 3DS, and oh my gosh, I loved it. Though I prefer the music for the hub world for the first game than the second one. For the daytime in particular. Alright, back to the timeline. Let's see what else I played. 2 hours into Just Dance, okay. Didn't play that much of Sports Party, didn't think so. Gonna confirm, I did test this early on Switch too. There's not that much improvement, guys. I'm gonna be fair with you here. It's a rough part all around. Yeah, I still need to play more of this title, especially since we have a new game coming up. Well, so 2 I put 3 hours into. Okay, that's good. 9 hours into Bowser's Fury. Not a shocker. Oh, how do you irony miss this one? 5 hours into Persona 5 Strikers. Okay, that is on the nose. 1 hour into Rise. I probably put more hours on Xbox with World than I have with any of the Monster Hunter titles. Really need to get back to those. Then again, I played it on PlayStation first, so I probably have more hours over there. Yeah, I'm not surprised about the original Shantae either. Yeah, Furnace DX, I'm not shocked here either. Totally, surprised I have a couple hours on this one. Interesting. Finale DX, I'm not surprised. After your Loadout DX, I'm not also surprised. Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap I put 2 hours into. Okay. Yeah, 37 hours from Utopia. I did say it was one of my favorite ones. EX Layer. How unsurprising. Mario Golf Super Rush. 13 hours. Yeah, that's not surprising. Yeah, I've only put 1 hour total into Unite. I probably have a lot less than most people. I have more hours probably on Xbox and PlayStation than I do for the Switch version, so I might play it again, since the Switch 2 did improve the load. Yeah, I'm not surprised they don't have that much into WarioWare. Okay. Alright. 2 hours into Banana Mania on Switch? I could have sworn I had a lot more. I probably have more on Xbox though. So, Banana Rumble, I should probably have a good chunk of hours in. And so, we'll see what happens when we get to 2024. Not surprised to have less on Dread. 17 hours into Superstars. Yeah, that sounds about right. 39 hours into Pokemon Shiny Pearl. Yeah, that also sounds about right. Less than 1 hour in Brilliant Diamond. Yeah. 21 hours into Disney World. Disney Magical World 2, Enchanted Edition. Yeah, that's not a shocker. And 6 hours into Clues and Blast. Okay. Not bad. Okay, now for 2022. My most played games? Pokemon Violet, of course. Smash Brothers still. And Mario Kart really took the dominance this year. Okay. Action was my most still. Definitely seems to be my play style across the board, as you've noticed. Party, okay. Role playing, okay. Racing, nice. Adventure, okay. And fighting, wow, dang. And okay, seems like I had a lot less hours in 2022 compared to previous years. 30 was my most played in January, and that was because of Pokemon Legends. Arceus to be precise. Not shocker. Also not a shocker, I will play it the next month. It's Kirby. Hello, If you know me well enough, you know I would probably put a lot more hours into Kirby. Nintendo Switch Sports? Yeah, that sounds about my opinion and my playtime with Switch Sports. 4 hours, yeah, that's not a shocker. Huh. I'm surprised I even played it for an hour. Huh. 8 hours sounds about right. Dang, I must have really put some hours into Splatoon 3. Pokemon Violet, yeah, I'm not surprised to put 16 hours into this one. And Smash Brothers, yeah, I'm not surprised to put 15 hours into that one. Wow. Dang, that's a lot. Okay, let's see what else I played this year. Haven, I have more hours probably on PlayStation and Xbox than I do here. Freddy Fish, if only I counted my hours from PC. I probably have way more time with any of the all the Freddy Fish games than anything that I have had with the modern day ports. Yeah, 7 hours for YouTuber's Life 2. That one was a lot better than the first game. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Impossible Road. Not surprised I only have 1 hour there. Yeah, like I said, I combined both games, so I'm not shocked I have a lot less. Yeah, Warning. This was quite the interesting title. Yeah, I was looking it up. Huh. I really need to play more next Mon. Huh. Not surprised. Yeah, as I said, I have a lot of hours into Pokemon Legends. I can't say I'm shocked here. Oh yeah, definitely have to play more Puzzle and Dragons in general, really. Whoa! 2 hours into Sophie 2. The irony of these numbers. Wow, I'm surprised. 14 hours into the Nintendo Switch Classic? N64 Classics? I am surprised at myself. Huh. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Genesis, but that sounds about right, yeah. I wonder if I have more hours on Xbox, I'm curious. Still have to play this one. Yeah, Ollie will definitely need to put some more hours into this. Hot Shots Racing. How unsurprising that I have a lot of that I have less than 1 hour. Though to be fair, I did get to play it on Xbox first. Whew. I haven't played enough of Blue Factory 5 to give a personal opinion, but yeah, this one's kind of rough according to some people. So yeah, 12 hours into Forgotten Land sounds right up my alley for Kirby. Again. Yeah, that sounds about right for this one. Oh, I actually put 5 hours total into Nintendo Switch Sports. Okay. Yeah, I haven't finished the first game, so I was just playing the second to see what it was like. I hope Xbuster isn't watching. I'm not surprised I have a lot less hours into a jigsaw puzzle. I have more hours of this on Apple Arcade than I do here, so. Yeah, Soundfall, I don't have that much time on. Though I did recently rebuy it on Xbox, so. I mean, PlayStation, so. Definitely want to play more Kiwi. This game is fun as hell. Oh my gosh. Mario Strikers Battle League. Sonic Origins? Again, I have that on Xbox. Probably have a lot more hours there than I do here. Yeah, I haven't played too much of Warriors Free Hope, so I probably should get back on that. Yeah, I've only played a little bit of Fall Guys. Not surprised to have a little less in Exoblade too. 6 hours sounds about right for Dream Buffet. Need to play more of Neon White in general. Jeez. Haven't played that much of One World, but I do want to give it a fair shot before I completely drop it. Huh. Yeah, this one was a rough point of Switch 1. Switch 1. Switch 2 has improved it a little bit, but I personally think it needs a dedicated Switch 2 version to really bump it up. Huh. Must have had more hours on Xbox than this one. Also, not surprised I have a lot less into this one, too. I probably have more hours on Xbox than I do for this one. Though, I do want to dive back into this one with all the content that's been released for this game. I have to at one point. 13 hours total for Splatoon 3. That sounds about right for the launch year of that game. 2 hours for Sparks of Hope? Okay. 1 hour total for unpacking. I have more hours on Xbox since I beat it over there, so yeah, definitely more than this one. This was just a rebuy. Oops. I have way more hours on Xbox for Frontiers than I do on Switch. So, and that's not just because of how awful this version is. Huh, I'm supposed to have a lot less until a little to the left. 35 hours to Pokemon Violet sounds about right for me. Yeah, I don't have that much experience with that one. Yeah, about 1 hour for that one. Yeah, that sounds about right. 2 hours for Easy Come Easy Golf. Yeah, I have a couple of criticisms about this one, but I'll save that for another video. This one was interesting for sure. Melatonin, I'm not surprised I only have about an hour, and I do know that's probably my gameplay recordings. Okay. Hey, now we're into 2023. But before we take a look at anything else, let's look at my stats for this year. So, Pikmin 4 was one of my most played. 23 hours into Breath of the Wild? Jeez. I didn't think I put that much time in before Tears of the Kingdom came out. And then, yeah, I'm not surprised about Mario Kart. And my style, action still top, adventures following this time. Interesting. Party, racing, strategy, and role-playing. And my hours? Okay, my hours are starting to go back up. It looks like May was the most time I played this year, so let's take a look. Yeah, we put a whole set of videos out for this one, so I'm not surprised I have 11 hours into Game of Life 2. Huh. Interesting. Again, this is probably coming off of Ethan, since I know I haven't put that much hours into Pikmin. Huh. I wonder why I picked up Coffee Talk again. Yeah, I didn't know I put that much time into Breath of the Wild. Interesting. Pikmin 4. Okay. 20. 20. I put in a whole day's worth of Pikmin 4. Oh my gosh. There it is. Marble It Up Ultra. That's what it was called. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, Detective Pikachu, I'm not surprised they put 8 hours into that game. That game was good, though. Interesting. 23 hours into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And then Violet, another 15 hours. Okay. So yeah, 12 hours total for Game of Life 2. Not even a surprise to me. Coco Lost Pets, I do need to play a little bit more of. Legend of Kai Anniversary, I also need to play a lot more of. I definitely need to get Skyward Sword HD back. I still want to play more of this title. Date Night Bowling, good idea, terrible-ish execution. Less than 1 hour into Windjammers 2 sounds about right for me. And the original Windjammers as well. Only 1 hour into Engage. Yeah, I haven't played too much of this one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Okay. A Space to the Unbound. Yeah, I played at least 2 hours worth of this one. This one is definitely going to be a tearjerker. Not surprised about the Game Boy Advance. Or the Game Boy. Evil Land 2 is one of my favorites indies of all time. You definitely need to check this out if you haven't played it already. Huh. Only 3 hours into Return Dreamland Deluxe. Harvestetta is one of my favorite titles on this system. DC's Justice League is Cosmic Chaos is one of my favorite superhero games. Just because of the humor alone, it's good. Huh. Put 2 hours into the third game. Funny. I put less than 1 hour into Advance Wars 1 2 Reboot Camp. Ethan M beat this game, so he has way more than I do. Yeah, I'm not surprised I only have about an hour into Veil Mission. The Switch port was rough. Alright, 20 hours total into Tears of the Kingdom. Not awful. I don't have that much into Bayonetta Origins, although I'm not surprised I did rent that one, technically. 2 hours into A Wonderful Life. Ugh. Yeah, I probably am going to have a lot less hours for NBL to show. Oh, Dokapon Kingdom Connect, I have 4 hours into. Okay. And Pikmin 4, 25 hours. So 1 more extra hour. Less than 1 hour for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Although I probably have it on my other systems a lot more than this one. Marble It Up Ultra. Yeah, just about an hour for this year. That sounds about right. The Pathless, I have plenty more on PlayStation and my iPad with Apple Arcade that I do here, so. Yeah, I don't have that much in F-Zero 99. I'm not shocked. Everybody want to switch. Isn't so bad. Stupid match. As you can tell, I'm a little bitter that Nintendo actually managed to convince me and Ethan to like this one. Yes, I played with Ethan N. Man. Yeah, I turned this one immediately once I got it for Switch 2. Oh, it was off. I mean, Switch 1. It was awful. Okay, how much did I put into 13 hours into Wonder? Considering I did beat that game too? Yeah, that's not a surprise. 13 hours into Detective Pikachu as well. Oh, not surprised. Yeah. 1 hour total into Fashion Dreamer isn't shocking. JR 100% has more hours than I do into Super Mario RPG. That's just coming from me. Alright, and then 2024. This is the last year before 2025, so let's see what I put in 2 years ago. Banana Rumble, I figured I have more hours on this one. New Horizons. Huh. And then Brothership, I have 13 hours in. Okay. Action is still top. Role playing, probably because my RPG, was 20. Party, okay. Adventure, okay. Character driven, okay. And simulation. And how many hours did I put in? Huh. We're back to 2022 numbers, huh? Must have been a lot busier year then. Okay, January. Yeah, that sounds about right. Huh. Only 2 hours into Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Yeah, not surprised about Detective Pikachu. I did beat it at that time, so. Tell me your story was a very interesting but tough game puzzle-wise. Some of those puzzles got me stuck. I'm not surprised I have about 5 hours into this one. Huh. I put this one with the Luigi's Mansion 2, if that tells you something. But Tavern Talk is also really good. If you like Coffee Talk, you'll like this one. Not surprised I have about 7 hours into Miitopia. Huh. Interesting. Not surprised about Jamboree. 7 hours, that game is great. In November, I have about 13 hours. Interesting. And that's my limit? I must have been busy and... Oh, right. I forgot December's when I did all that streams. Duh. Roller Coaster Tycoon Deluxe? How unshocking. Okay, now I have about an hour into it. I have 2 hours into another Code V collection. Probably should get back to that one. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, about 3 hours. Yeah, that sounds about right for me. 1 hour for Princess Peach Showtime. Okay. Tell me your story, like I said, it is a really good indie title. You really need to check it out. Not surprised I have less than 1 hour in MusicClues 2. Rhythm Sprout is a really funny game. You guys need to play this one. Don't pick this one up. Take my advice on that. Still need to play more of the remasters. And this one too. 5 hours for Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. I know Ethan M beat this title, so he probably has a lot more than I do. Again, he's how best of the RPG is, so yeah. 1 hour for Freedom Planet 2. Okay, not bad. Less than 1 hour for Nickelodeon All-Star Bros 2. Wow. Dragon Quest Builders will be 2 hours. Okay. Huh. I must have played that one on Xbox as well. Yeah, I'm not surprised I have 1 hour in my arts. Tavern Talk having 6 hours. That game is freaking good. Good, man. You really need to play it. 10 hours total for Banana Rumble. Yeah, that sounds about right for me. 2 hours total for Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Haven't played that much of the second Astro Blade. Blade Souls was just checking it out. Live a Life I still have to get back to. 3 hours into Superstars. Interesting. Atelier Marie's remake I really need to get back into, but it's good from what I played so far. Don't expect me, if I do gameplay in this, don't expect me to be great at Pizza Tower. I'm just saying that right now. Winds of Ampharos is actually really good. Good. Not great, obviously, but it's really good. I haven't played too much of DNF Duel to get a valid opinion, but from what I played, it's decent. Same with Marco and the Witch's Mountain. I also need to play more of that. Ethan probably has more hours than me on this, so I won't be surprised if that's the case. Gimmick 2? Yeah, that sounds about right for me. Yeah, I'm not surprised I have less hours in this. 1 hour on Echo of Wisdom? Jeez, I need to go back and play more. Not surprised on this one either. Fast Penguin, I'm also not shocked. Konoha and the Five Pirates, I'm also not surprised. Shovel Knight Dig, that is not a big shocker here. Fred and the Son of Crimson, also not a big shocker here. Super Mario Party Jamboree, yeah, I probably have a lot of hours and a lot more from last year too, so. Sonic Crash Shadow Generations, yeah, that's not a shocker. Mario Luigi Brothership, I have 13 hours in, yeah. I haven't played too much of Sports Story. My Sims Cozy Bundle I have less hours in. I don't have that much in Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic just because I played them a lot. And I still need to play more of Konoha. Just realized they didn't record my timeline for 2025, so I'm going to do that real quick too. So, you've already seen the stats, I showed them earlier in the video, but I didn't do my 2025 stats at the end of the video, so yeah, just tacking it on here. So, lead off's Neverworld Adventure. That's one of them. Exobe Chronicles X Definitive Edition. I haven't played too much of this. Hello Kitty Island Adventure, I put 2 hours in. I put in a lot more hours since then, so. I wonder what caused me to play Kart Racers free this year. And there's Switch 2. Yep, I first played it on the launch day of June 5th, 2025. Starting with Mario Kart World, which I put in about 20 hours of. And then Street Fighter 6 I put in 13 hours of. I haven't played too much of the GameCube Classic, so I've only put in a few hours. Same thing with the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, and yes, I did get it. Haven't played too much of the Switch 2 version of Tears of the Kingdom. Haven't played too much of Penny's Big Breakaway outside of recording for the channel. Same thing with Fast Fusion. Wave Tail as well. KO the Kangaroo I haven't played too much of. Haven't played too much of Dragon Ball Genshin Squadra. Yes, I haven't played too much of. Sakura Rise and Ruin I haven't played much of. I did play quite a bit of Date Everything. Everything though. About 11 hours I put into that game. Still have to record a video for the channel too. I'm not surprised. I probably have a couple more hours on Xbox than I do for One Piece Odyssey, so. instance, the only time I've been playing has been for the Switch to when I got the code for it. So yeah, Titan's Tale. Yeah, I'm not surprised I don't have that many hours in it. Gears Unlimited 2. Yeah, not shocked there. Arcade, NASCAR Arcade Rush. I have more hours on Xbox for sure. Tiny Enchanted Edition, I probably have more for sure. Smurfs Dreams, I did play on Switch 2, and it's, oh my gosh, it's so much better on Switch 1. Definitely a more beautiful game. I haven't played too much of this one, but I am interested in playing more. More Pilo and the Hollow Book. It's a very interesting game gameplay-wise. Yeah, they finally made a video game for Mousetrap. About time. I was wondering when that was gonna happen. It's pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. Next one, yeah, I only played a little bit of this with Ethan N. Neon Hubs, I know for a fact I put at least an hour into it since I recorded gameplay for the channel, so. Caravan Sandwich runs quite a bit better on Switch 2 than it does on Switch 1. It's rough on Switch 1. Oof. Manimals. This one was also on Switch. One that I haven't played too much of on the channel. Gotta do that soon. Astro and the Blade of the Monolith, I also have to play more of. Kais and the Wild Mask, I have more hours on Xbox than I do on Switch. Yes, I did play the Demon Slayer Mario Party clone. It's actually a pretty good game, I'm not gonna lie. Very good party game. Silent Hope, I definitely want to play more of. I need some more practice with God of Rock before I record a video for the channel. Yeah, I'm not surprised Sonic Clash Shadow Generations would make an appearance. Yeah, I got the special edition of Gimmick. And I got Debut Project Cooking Cafe. Yo's Rising is a really good game. It's Tetris Effect. You really expect me to not do something for Tetris Effect? Horizon Chase 2, really good game. Horizon Chase, I'd prefer 2, but still not bad. Yeah, I haven't played too much of this one. North Star Overdrive, even though that was heavily advertised as a Switch 2 exclusive, which didn't launch with a PlayStation and Xbox version quite fairly quickly after launch. No, I'm serious. Button City, Planet Alpha, Body. Hope we get that remastered collection for House Flipper. The Switch 1 version is rough. Switch 2 does not improve it too much. We're definitely going to need that remastered collection. Manflipio Who Venture. Yeah, I did play that a bit on stream. Demon Slayer the Hakuna Chronicles. Huh, I'm surprised they put in a little more into Saga Elmo Beyond. I don't remember putting 2 hours into it. Of course, Donkey Kong Bonanza I put in 11 hours into. Still have to finish it. Niku, the Magical World Delector's Cut, definitely have to play more of. Sword and Fairy in 2. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot plus the Power Awakens set, which by the way, depending on when the video goes live, the DLC is coming out in about 2 days for the second drama half of the pack. So yeah, pretty cool. Oh, and it's also sold 10 million copies, by the way. Yeah, I know. That's impressive. Unwording. Very depressing game. I'm not surprised we have 20 hours in January. Yeah, I haven't played too much of that one. Super Living Castle, definitely want to play more of. Nunsaman 20th Century Summer Kid, I do want to play more of as well. Yeah, Tiny Bookshop was my favorite game of the year. Yeah, as I said, I put 8 hours into it. Still waiting for that update, by the way, Nintendo. Yeah, I'm not surprised to have a lot less hours into Dragon Quest. Also, seriously, about Namco, how many Square Enix, how many cutscenes do you have to have? Jeez. I thought I put way more hours time into Demon Turf. Momentum Valley Plea? Huh. Not surprised about Gigabash. Yeah, 3 hours sounds right about right for Kirby. Less than an hour for Shinobi, yeah, that sounds about right. The Plucky Squire as well. Goosebumps, I've put in an hour. Duck Dynasty 2, I've also put an hour in. Candyland Journeys, I've only put about... Gonna have to check my time on that. Yeah, I'm not surprised I put Everybody's Golf Hot Shots I've put about 7 hours into. Blast I put in a lot less, surprisingly. I put 3 hours into Gabby? Well, then again, we did have a movie and a live show on top of this, so can you blame me? Nirvana, I'm not surprised. Dreamers. This one has the weirdest setup. I'll have to do a video about this. Paperman Adventure Delivered. Definitely have to play more of that. Yeah, I have more hours on the Xbox version due to my recording, so yeah. Not surprised about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. 4 hours into Batman. Okay, not bad, not bad. And Lego Party. I have yet to record, put up a gameplay video for this one. You'll see why in a little bit. I mean, the numbers match up. But yeah, I'm not surprised I played Galaxy 2 more. And only 1 hour into Galaxy 1. How funny. Okay, that's hilarious. I'm not surprised I put a little bit less into Dice. See, I only put a little bit into Yooka-Laylee Playly. Snoopy, I have a lot less hours than I thought. Huh. Yeah, as I said, Pokemon was one of my was my top game for this year, so I'm not surprised to see Legends EA here. Elf on the Shelf, Bloodstained, Cult of the Lamb, Mythwrecked, Conquest, for City Arc, Jack Move, Potionomics. I have about 4 hours in just to get warmed up for my walkthrough this year. Dora, I'm not surprised. Hot Wheels, yes, of course. God Eater 3, of course. Atelier Bazaar DX was because of the gameplay recording, so I'm not surprised to see that here. Power Wash, yes, definitely got to play more of that. Fast and Furious Arcade Edition, yes, also have to play more of that. I felt like I put a lot more hours into 2 Point Museum here. I'll have to double check on that. Lucky Hunter, yeah, that's when I start to get up on the channel for you guys. Hopefully soon. Not surprised I put an hour into Chicken Run. Less than an hour in Paw Patrol. Huh, I'm shocked there. Yeah, hour for Age of Imprisonment sounds about right. Oh boy. I'm not looking forward to playing this one. Yeah, Sparkling Zero with me and Ethan checking it out. It's actually a pretty decent port, believe it or not. Buzz Out DX, yeah, not shocked there. Solar Ash, also not shocked there. Power Wash, yeah, no surprise. Buzzsaw TX3, yeah, not surprised either. Same thing with Buzzsaw 2. Pokemon Friends, I'm not surprised to have about 3 hours in. The World Next Door, I still have to play more. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, still have to play more. Like I said, this isn't accurate. I accidentally left my Switch on, so I have not put 13 hours, let alone any time, into Stardew Valley. Motto by in the Wondrous Academy. Yeah, I still have to play a little bit more of this, but it's a decent RPG from what I played. Not surprised to have a lot into Fantasy Life I. That one is probably one of the 3DS games I played. Well, compared to everybody else, I only have about 3 hours in Kirby Air Ride, so Riders, I should say. Sorry. Hades, less than an hour. Yeah, not shocker. Also, this one, I'm not also surprised. Frogpunk, yeah, not shocker. Go-Kart Island, I also have to do a gameplay video for soon. Same thing with Romancing Saga. Metroid Prime 4, I'm not surprised to have about 2 hours in there. Tactics Olga Reborn, also not shocked. Part-Time UFO, still have to play more of that. Whew, I better play more Double Dragon Gaiden off screen before I tackle this one for the channel. Sync Riders is Sync Riders Switch is a really good game. And not as good as the VR version, but still pretty decent. Not supposed to have less than an hour of its Guilty Gear. I just recently got it. Yeah, about an hour for Final Fantasy Theatrical Rhythm Bar sounds about right. And Grapple Dog. Still have to play more SpongeBob. Castaway 2. Chained Echoes. Ruffy and the Riverside, still have to play more of. Fury, I still have to play more of. I just got the Switch 2 version of Crossworld, so... yeah, I still have to play more of this one. The reason I got this is as a backup because this one has Alpha 1, 2, and 3. Just in case. Still have to play more with this version, so... this one isn't a bad kart racer, not gonna lie. I feel like I put more into UFO 50. I have to play more Super Mash, but I don't really have a valid opinion on that so far. Still had to get the Enchanted version. Oops. This one was an accident. That was an accidental purchase, and not me looking. Me not looking at which pack I was buying. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I did spend a decent chunk. Sky Oceans. Flaven Ranch I still have to play more of. Village Party is actually pretty decent. Wonder Stars I still have to play more of too. Same thing with Inspector Gadget, Mad Tea Party. I got the Smurf, Garfield, and Inspector Gadget in a bundle, so that's why they're here. Dicey Dungeons I still have to play more of. I've heard great things about that game. Same thing with Rumbo. I have at least 12 hours now in Grand Bazaar, so yeah, not surprised about the Heads Up Phones Down edition. Same thing with Eden Genesis, My Time in Sandlock, and Tales of Exernius. I still have to play more. So yeah, that's the timeline. So yeah, sorry about that. Back to past me. This was Nintendo Switch. My most played titles were Animal Crossing, New Horizons, 103 hours. Mario Kart 8, 146 hours. Holy crap. And Super Smash Bros. Takes the cake with 626 hours out of all my titles that I played for Switch. Although YouTube has way more than that, I'll probably be putting more hours into that once they finally get the backwards compatibility ready. But as for the others, whoa! So all my other titles. Mario Maker, 95 hours. Okay, not a surprise. Splatoon 2, 80 hours. Dang, in fact, Splatoon 3 isn't here. That probably tells you. Not surprised I have 72 hours in the Sonic Mania. Although some of that was doing this. Yeah, 58 sounds about right for Pokemon Sword. 56 for Fire Emblem. I'm impressed with myself. 55 hours in the Breath of the Wild. 54 hours in the Rocket League? I put that much time into the Switch version? Dang. Yeah, 48 hours sounds about right for Odyssey. 59? 9 for Pokemon Pearl. Yeah, that's no surprise. Can't say I'm surprised about Miitopia either. Violet, of course. Definitely not surprised about that for Vacation. Yeah, that's not a shocker here. Also not a shocker here. Definitely not surprised. Wow, I put a day's worth of time into Puyo Puyo Tetris over the years. Dang. Mario Tennis? Almost a full day. Okay. And almost a full day for Mario Rabbids. Okay. I'm definitely saving that video for later. And that's pretty much it. Okay, guys, so that's everything for this year's Nintendo Switch year in review, and my years in review with Switch in general. That was fun. I like looking back at all my history with Switch, seeing what I played and what I didn't play. I am very surprised to see Smash Brothers up there. Didn't think I put that much time into the fighter, but I guess I put more than I thought. So the other two, not too much. Though I am surprised I put that much into Mario Maker. Yes, guys, I swear I do not like the title. I don't. You can laugh at me all in the comment section, but I don't. Regardless, yeah. Definitely impressed with myself. Well, that's going to be all for today's video. If we have a chance, I'll let Ethan and Jart do something like this too. But for now, this is yours truly, MusicClues, signing out. Bye, guys!